Hello, this is Jim Katsoulis, and today I want to answer the second biggest concern that people had about losing weight permanently, and that was how to change habits. And again, this is really the crux of change, all right, is how do we program our minds, how do we get it so that we automatically do things that are going to support the changes that we want. And in order to understand this, in order to really appreciate how programming yourself thin is different than diets, you need to understand your mind a little bit. I'm going to make a very simple distinction between your conscious mind and your unconscious mind. And through this process, you begin to identify and understand what the unconscious mind is and how to influence it. Because when you do this, you go to the part of the mind that runs your habits. I mean, what are habits? Think about it. Let's think about it on a deeper level. Habits are something that happen automatically. You know, a certain time of day, you get into a certain place and you do the same things. It's things that happen automatically. And the way this happens is there's unconscious triggers. Again, it could be a time of day, it could be, you know, so if you're at work, it could be a break time or a lunch time, it could be as soon as you get home, so it could be a place, it can be a combination of factors. But basically what it comes down to is it's an unconscious behavioral pattern. All right, that's what a habit is. So what we want to do is we want to go into the unconscious mind and eliminate and program out the habits that aren't working for us and create and program in new habits that are going to support us. So this is a much easier approach because it does not rely upon willpower. The conscious mind is where willpower exists. That's why when you've dieted in the past and you've tried to make changes and force yourself to do something new, you had to be conscious, you had to be aware all the time, right? So you'd go someplace and all of a sudden you get this craving or this idea, well, maybe I should have a cookie, and all of a sudden your mind has to say, oh, no, I'm on a diet, I can't do that, okay? But the automatic process came up with that bad idea, and then you had to be ready for it, and you had to fight it off, okay? So that's the problem with typical approaches to change, is that it requires this willpower, this conscious thought, this effort, and this focus. The problem is that we get tired, overwhelmed, stressed out, something comes up, we get distracted, and these ideas keep coming up automatically. So in order to create new habits, in order to create permanent change, we need to go into that part of our mind, the part of our mind that runs automatically, and begin to program in new behaviors that way. So that we don't need to think about doing good things. We don't need to think about or try and stop ourselves from doing the bad things, okay? What we do is we go into a deeper level so that these things happen automatically. Then we still need willpower occasionally, we still need to stay focused and motivated, but it becomes a much easier process because we're going to a deeper level. So when we do this, habits begin to change naturally, and this is the key to creating new behaviors and creating a new life for yourself, is to get the habits going in that direction. Because we can only concentrate on so much, all right? We can only concentrate and focus on so much things in our lives day to day. We need to get it so they're automatically doing the right things. Okay? So you already do this. You already have your habits. When you wake up in the morning, you do the exact same thing every morning. You're basically the same routine. And it's probably a different routine for when you're working as opposed to days when you weekend maybe, you have a different routine what you do when you wake up then maybe. Okay? But it's an automatic thing. You don't have to think about it. It just happens naturally. And so we want to affect that part and change that part of your mind so that the new behaviors that are supporting you become automatic and habitual. So begin to think of habits in this way. It'll help you, and it'll make change much easier. Okay, it'll take a lot of frustration, the irritation out of change, out of trying to just force yourself to do something new. It'll go to a deeper level, and you'll program yourself to do it. So I hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned because there's going to be more updates and explanations of how programming yourself thin is a different program, a different approach to help you lose weight.